Today I want to talk about the difference between a credit card and a debit card because as much as I love my credit cards, there are some situations where I want to use my debit card over my credit card. First up, a credit card is a payment card that allows you to buy or pay for things with money that the bank borrows you. The amount of money that the bank is borrowing you is represented as the credit card's credit limit. And as long as you pay your credit card balance every month in full by the due date, you won't need to pay any additional fees such as late fees or interest charges on top of whatever you spend on the credit card. A debit card, on the other hand, uses money from your checking account, meaning that if you have $1,000 in your bank account, you can only spend up to $1,000. Technically speaking, it is possible to spend more money than you have in your checking account, but the bank will charge you an overdraft or insufficient fund fee for that particular purchase. And in a nutshell, that spending power is probably the most obvious difference when you compare a credit card and a debit card, but that isn't the only difference that you can see. In my opinion, one of the biggest differentiators between the two is that most credit cards provide some form of reward, whether it be in the form of cashback like the Citi Double Cash card, or in the form of points like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or in the form of airline miles like the Amex Delta SkyMiles card. And the reason why credit card companies are willing to offer these lucrative rewards which cost them a lot of money is that they are betting on the fact that some credit card users will spend beyond their means in the pursuit of these rewards and end up paying interest fees which will rack them up like additional charges, which is the reason why I don't see credit cards as a means to earn points or airline miles. Instead, I see the rewards as an added bonus for the money that I was going to spend anyways. And if you want to hear more about my strategy, I have a dedicated video that goes directly into how I use all my credit cards to maximize my spending. Plus, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about how banks or financial institutions fund their credit card rewards program, check out this article from Vox. But going back to the comparison here, while most debit cards don't offer any sort of tangible rewards, this debit card in particular from Discover does. It features a 1% cashback on debit card purchases up to $3,000 every month. And I actually use this card every month to pay for my rent. Yes, my apartment complex does have a fee for using debit card for paying rent, but I'm still getting positive cashback even after accounting for the debit card fee. Looking beyond the rewards themselves, a lot of credit cards these days come with supplemental benefits. Like with this Apple card here, you get this hefty titanium card that looks and feels cool, and it can act as sort of a status symbol they can flaunt everywhere you go. No, I'm just joking. This titanium Apple card here is pretty cool, but it's not actually a benefit by any stretch of the imagination. What is a benefit is like the $100 airline incidental statement credit that comes with the Bank of America Premium Rewards card, or the complimentary Priority Pass Select membership and primary rental car insurance that is included with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. Turning over to debit cards, they generally don't have any kind of flashy benefits. Network providers like Visa and MasterCard have in recent years added benefits like extended warranty, price protection, and purchase protection. These are pretty good benefits to have, but all of them are also available through credit cards. But there is one debit card from Charles Schwab that provides a unique benefit that is unlimited ATM fee rebates worldwide. That essentially allows this debit card to withdraw local currency at any ATM anywhere in the world that accepts a Visa card without incurring any sort of ATM fee. I actually used to have this card, but Charles Schwab closed my account a while back because I wasn't really using it. But when travel gets kind of safer again, I'll definitely go out and get this debit card again. And one benefit in particular that debit cards don't have is the ability to build a credit score. A credit score, as described by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, is a score that predicts how likely you are to pay back a loan on time. So as I mentioned earlier, with credit cards, you're essentially spending money the bank loaned you when you're swiping your card on a payment terminal, and it's your responsibility to pay the money you spent back to the bank by the payment due date. And if you're consistently doing that, you can increase or strengthen your credit score. For me personally, having a strong credit score doesn't mean much other than being able to get any credit card that I want. But in the not so distant future, the credit score that I've been building for years now through diligently using credit cards will come in handy when I apply for a mortgage. Another somewhat obvious difference is that with a credit card, you can't withdraw cash from an ATM, but with a debit card, you can easily do that. Well, technically speaking, you can withdraw cash from an ATM with a credit card, but you end up incurring a cash advance fee, which is typically the highest interest rate that a bank offers or charges at around 30%. That's why one of the first things I do whenever I get a new credit card is to call up the credit card issuer and ask them to kind of lower the cash advance limit to the lowest that I can go. However, there is one exception to this kind of rule here, and that is with the Discover It credit card, which has this unique benefit that allows cardholders to withdraw up to $120 every 24 hours at select checkout lines. And this is without incurring any cash advance fee. I have personally used this once in the past and I thought it was quite interesting. It felt really weird to be able to get cold hard cash directly from my credit card. So yeah, interesting experience, kind of useful, but I only use it once. The last and arguably the most important difference between credit and debit cards is the safety factor. Whether it be card skimming, card numbers being exposed online, or even just you losing your card, credit and debit cards are subject to fraudulent activities so much or so often these days, especially given the rise of online shopping. And the difference is that when that happens, credit cards are kind of shielded from any fraudulent charges through a federal law called the Fair Credit Billing Act. Yes, you can argue that debit cards do offer equivalent protections against fraud or misuse, but at the end of the day, a debit card taps directly into your own money. So even if you aren't held liable for any kind of fraudulent charges, you could be inconvenienced from days to weeks while the bank investigates that fraudulent charge and returns your money. And that is one of the reasons why I don't carry around a debit card with me in my wallet wherever I go, because I'm kind of worried that if I were to lose my debit card or lose my wallet, someone could very well take my money out of my bank account. But with a credit card in particular, I don't mind losing it, or I have a bit peace of mind, because I know that the credit card company has kind of got my back if any kind of unauthorized charge is being made. Heck, I'm even so confident about that, I'm going to review my credit card information directly in front of the... Alright, Editor Dick Wyn here from the future. That wasn't such a good idea. While I am pretty confident with the bank's ability at preventing fraud on my credit card if it gets exposed, revealing my information on the internet probably isn't a very good idea. So yeah, I'm going to blur that out. But back to the video. So there you have it. These are some of the differences between a credit card and a debit card. And as much as I love my credit cards a lot, I do incorporate both a debit card and credit card into my spending strategy, because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to maximize the value I'm getting back from every dollar I spend. Alright, that's it for this video. Looking back at this entire script, I'm just reading through the script here. This video is somewhat unintentionally strong or like heavy towards credit cards than it is about debit cards. But anyways, if you want to hear more about my credit card obsessions, I welcome you to check out my personal finance playlist right here on my YouTube channel, where I have a bunch of videos about credit cards. Okay, I hope to see you very soon in the next video.